Crime Curious is a true crime podcast that takes an in-depth look into real cases through the lens of a trained investigator and former prosecutor turned judge.
If you are sensitive to expletives, anatomical descriptions, and accurate descriptions of crime scenes, this podcast may not be suitable for you.
Welcome to Crime Curious. I'm Charnell.
I'm Jason, also known as Brainbath Jason.
Brainbath Jason. Shake the gree. I'm trying to
Shake
say.
some other stuff.
Today I have some stones from Katie with a pretty bag that she put them in.
Did we fix the bag? Is it leaking? Is that
Yes.
the bag
It's a new bag.
Okay,
yep.
good.
New bag. Everything's fine.
So our stuff doesn't go bouncing everywhere.
That's right. I don't like my stuff to go bouncing everywhere.
I don't either.
That's why I wear sports bras.
I wasn't saying that's what compression shorts are for.
That's right. Megan is out today unexpectedly. She is. We get to be done with our day for work at 5 p.m. and she was not so lucky today. The last message we got was that she's going to be in court for several more hours. So we're carrying on. We are just thinking of her. We're going to do extra. You know what? Let's shake extra, Gree, squeak some extra things for her.
Here's her favorite.
There you go.
You can't really shake it, but
I'll do the gavel. Let me hit the gavel for her. Order in this studio. Yeah, we'll say good luck for her.
The voodoo duck staring at me.
Yep, there you go. Okay, we have a redo case, but this case, for anyone who's listened to our podcast for several years, this was a very, very, very early 2021 case that we did. And a listener requested that we redo it just for now that we have new hosts and it's been 6 years. And so I think you're going to find this one fascinating, especially being in the child welfare field like we are. So I'm going to tell you the case of Marybeth Tinning today. Some news reports, by the way, pronounce it Tinning. I'm not worried about it. She's the perpetrator, just so you guys know. We don't care if we get the perpetrator's name wrong, ever. It's only the victims that we will put out a correction or something like that. Most of the time, the perpetrator, we come up with fake names for anyway. Because nobody fucking cares what their name is. They're murderers.
Marybeth Dearest.
Yeah, well, she's just
Mommy Dearest.
She is Mommy Dearest, basically, yes. But let me tell you a little bit before we get into her horrible crimes about how she ended up being hatched into this world. Marybeth was born Marybeth Rowe, and she was born to Ruth and Alton Lewis Rowe on September 11th, 1942, in the small town of Duanesburg, New York. Maybe it's Duanesburg. Sorry, I'm squinting. I think I have to start wearing readers over here. There is little information regarding her formative years, but during some of this time, her father was deployed overseas fighting in World War II while her mother was working. Because both parents were away so much, she was occasionally shuffled among relatives, which was very common for the time. One elderly relative brazenly told her that she was unwanted, that she was actually an accidental child. So when her little brother came along and reached adolescence, Marybeth told him often, "You were the one that they wanted, not me," because he was a boy and he was the only one that was planned.
Seems unhealthy.
Yes, not to mention, just think of the times. This was we're in smack dab in the middle of World War II. And these are not excuses for her. I'm just laying the foundation here. Once he completed his active duty, Alton Lewis Rowe worked as a press operator in a nearby General Electric, the GE facility, which was one of the largest employers at that time. Now, as a small child, Marybeth, she was prone to tantrums. Classmates of that time in her life remember her as being a loathsome, tireless child who was always seeking attention and never handled discipline well at all, which is not a great way to be remembered, I don't think. Not that anything that she does makes her be remembered in a better light.
She didn't get better as she aged.
She did not. And I think that it's very possible that being this time, perhaps she had some ODD disorder. Perhaps she was on a spectrum. We don't know. But we do know there's no way in hell it would be diagnosed
Not
in the 50s
or 50s.
Right. Exactly. Late 40s, early 50s by the time she was in school. No. And as a teenager, it's as if no one really remembered her at all. One classmate said, it's like she was a non-entity because she was neither good or bad. She just was, and she was easily ignorable.
It's not a compliment.
No, you're just a non-entity. Like,
that's a new one.
Just like a ghost in
kind
the corner. Mm-hmm. She was just
taking up space.
For sure. She was just like breathing our oxygen. Yeah. As an adult, Marybeth once claimed that her father abused her when she was a child, and perhaps this did happen. So much so, she told investigators that her father had beaten her and locked her in her closet. Now, this eventually goes to testimony in court, this whole case. And during, obviously, because, true crime, that's why we're here. I guess I shouldn't say obviously, because we've covered plenty of cases that never go to court, but this one does. And when they were, I think, trying to lay the foundation for why she became a heinous murderer and trying, as we do, to blame the parents and the adolescents, during her court testimony, she originally had made those allegations during a police interview and saying, my father used to beat me, he used to lock me in closets. But then during actual testimony, she denied that her father had bad intentions. She said, my father hit me with a fly swatter because he had arthritis and his hands weren't of much use. When he locked me in my room, I guess he thought I deserved it. So she really flips the switch a bit, because in the beginning, and when she's just being interviewed by police, she's, I was this abused person. Yeah. And she probably was, you guys, abuse.
That wasn't
abuse then.
For the 50s.
It wasn't.
You're a rotten adolescent, you get locked in your room for the evening.
Right.
Or you get hit with a fly swatter. I got to be honest. Mm-hmm. For the 50s, I think she was getting off light just from that.
Well, it sounds
detail.
like we don't really know. It's very possible that it was more than that, Jay.
Probably.
And then she just, at first just started to use it. It's possible that none of it happened at all. We're kind of in a situation where with this woman of, wait, you made it sound like you were really abused as a child. And hey, abuse in the 80s looked different than abuse in the 50s too.
Completely.
Just like it does now. What some things that happened in the 80s we consider abusive now, right? It all evolved, but I don't think that she was so severely abused that he created a monster.
Well, and regardless, if this was her testimony in court, it's not it's an explanation for behavior, but not an excuse.
Right.
We say that all the time.
We do. Just like with mental illness, it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. We can come up with a reason
why she was like that, but it doesn't excuse the behavior.
No, not at all. Marybeth was an average student in high school. She did graduate in 1961. When I was mentioning the 80s, by the way, that's when she gets interviewed by police. That's when the case really takes place. So she was in high school in the 60s. Following high school, she worked at various low-paying, unskilled jobs. She wanted to go to college, but her grades weren't good enough for a woman at that time to do so. So she eventually settled in as a nursing assistant at Ellis Hospital in Schenectady, New York. Okay, it's 10 miles north of where she grew up in New York. In 1963, Marybeth met Joseph Tinning, or Tining, on a blind date with some friends. Joseph was quietly happy-go-lucky, and he also worked at the GE plant with her father because it was the largest employer around. They married in 1965, so they're young because she graduated in 1961. And they had their first child, Barbara. She was born in May 1967. Followed in January 1970. So that's 3 years later. They had Joseph Jr. So we have Barbara and then Joseph Jr. To family and friends at the time, although the family struggled financially, they were perfectly norming. They were
norming.
Nothing. Unlike me over here, I can't read.
Like Norm Peterson norming?
No, they were normal and loving.
Normies.
A normal and loving family. People did mention that Marybeth was strange, so she does put off a vibe, a little bit of a weird vibe, but who doesn't? I mean, you have asses on your shirt right now.
Thank you for pointing that out.
We hadn't talked about.
I didn't want to draw attention to myself, but those are butts.
Those are butts all over your shirt. So, yeah. So we all have a little weirdo in us, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. But people are starting to notice it a little bit about Marybeth. The children were always clean. They were well behaved and dressed well. Marybeth appeared to dote on them and was a loving wife and mother. So that's up to 1970, you guys.
So she was doing okay.
She was.
Like she would have been 28?
Yeah, she was born in 1942. So, I count on you for the math.
Yeah, so 28.
Mathically, she's 28.
She's 28. Yeah. I mean, if she hasn't had any notable episodes other than kind of being a non-entity.
Right.
She's a brat.
She's pretty forgettable. She was a bratty kid.
She was a bratty kid, and she was a non-entity in high school.
She was forgettable in high school after being a bratty kid. Yep, but then,
I wish someone would say that about me.
Oh, non-entity. But then in October 1971, so she has Joseph Jr., January 1970. So then we go an entire year and 10 months later, October 1971, Marybeth's father dies of a sudden heart attack while working at GE. She was in her 7th month of a pregnancy with her 3rd child, Jennifer. Marybeth did not take the sudden death of her father well at all. She was inconsolable. Her crying was noted as being absolutely uncontrollable. I don't know if it just wasn't possible to be medicated. Today, doctors will help when you have a sudden dramatic loss like that. They will help medicate you to bridge through the pain for a little while. I don't know if that was not available to her, but she just was really, really described as being completely out of control with her emotions after this, and rightfully so. That's a hard loss. 10 weeks later, Jennifer was born on December 26th. So that's 1971. Sadly, Jason, Jennifer died 10 days later of meningitis and never came home from the hospital.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Now, in contrast to how she had appeared at her father's funeral 2 months earlier, Marybeth was not crying uncontrollably. She wasn't crying at all. She did appear dazed and cold. And this is where experts believe things started to go south for Marybeth. She had actually received a really large outpouring of love and support from the death of baby Jennifer. And then 15 days after the death of Jennifer, she took 2-year-old Joseph Jr. to the Ellis Hospital emergency room, claiming that he had experienced a seizure and choked on his own vomit. This is only 15 days after she lost baby Jennifer. Joseph Jr. stayed in the hospital for several days under observation before being released when doctors found nothing wrong with him. He had no more seizure activity. He was fine. On January 20th, 1972, just a few hours after his release, Marybeth brought Joseph Jr. back to Ellis Hospital emergency room. And remember, she's a nurse assistant here at this hospital. Joseph Jr. was dead on arrival, and his death had been attributed at that time to cardiopulmonary arrest, a heart attack.
This was 2 hours after she left the hospital?
Yes.
From when she brought him in, claiming he was vomiting and choking on his own vomit.
Well, he had stayed in the hospital for observation for several days when she brought him in originally. And she brought him in 15 days after Jennifer's death, baby Jennifer, who was born in December. Yeah.
And baby Jennifer?
Baby Jennifer died of meningitis.
Right.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Baby Jennifer never came home from the hospital.
Right.
She was born,
So
got meningitis,
that's the legitimate
never came
medical
home. Well,
crisis.
we'll get to that.
Oh, boy.
We'll get to that. But yes, seemingly at this time, to anyone else that's watching this happen in real time, they're saying, how tragic. She gives birth. The baby never gets to come home, dies of meningitis in the hospital. 15 days later, she brings in her 2-year-old, Joseph Jr., and he has seizures and is vomiting. They watch him for a couple of days. He's fine. They release him, and within a few hours of being released, she brings him back dead. And they say, must have been cardiopulmonary arrest.
How old was he?
Two. Yeah, I know. I know. It's 1972, man.
I'm not a doctor.
No, right. little caveat. We're not doctors.
I'm not an expert.
Dang. This is why in our professions we rely on medical advice or medical expert opinion and reports to be able to verify. How's that now?
Yeah.
Tell me how you came to that conclusion?
Tell me more.
Yeah. Then, only about 6 weeks later, after Joseph Jr. passed away on March 1st, 1972, Marybeth rushes Barbara. Remember her firstborn, Barbara, that was born in like 67, something like that. Barbara's almost 5 years old. She rushes Barbara to the Ellis Hospital because she has gone into convulsions. The next day, Barbara died after being in a comatose state for several hours. Yeah. Her death was attributed to Reye syndrome.
I'm not familiar.
Well, according to the Mayo Clinic, this syndrome is a rare but serious condition that causes swelling to the liver and brain. It most often affects children and teenagers recovering from a viral infection, most commonly the flu or chickenpox. She's 29 at this time. So in a span since October 1971, she has lost her father, then she loses her newborn baby, then she loses her 2-year-old, and then she loses her 5-year-old. She has no more children at this point in time in her life story. Okay?
So we just can't quite figure it. Let's, for the sake of the story at this point, I think obviously we're a crime show.
Right.
So
we know.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
But let's just say for conversation's sake, these children died of what the medical claim was.
Okay, yep. Heart attack from the seizures, meningitis.
There should be some pretty severe concern for MB about her mental health, because if it hasn't happened already, the cheese is going to slide off the cracker.
Oh, yeah. The cheese is standing alone at this point in time.
And now that's a thing we say. Are they nuts? Oh, the cheese is standing alone.
The cheese is standing alone.
Just skip the intro. Okay.
And we are not done. I mean, we're nowhere near done, unfortunately.
Okay.
On Thanksgiving Day, 1973. So this is an entire year, and so the last one was March 1972, right? So, okay. She gives birth to a son,
good.
Timothy.
Oh, God bless.
I know.
Sorry, Timmy.
I know. R.I.P. Timmy, because you were just born into Satan's freaking spawn. On December 10th, 3 weeks after his birth, Timothy is brought back to the same hospital, already deceased.
Do they not ask questions at this hospital?
How are we not?
Like, when they see Marybeth coming in, they're like, oh, shit.
Right.
Here she comes.
Here she comes.
Does she have a kid with her?
Oh, God.
Like, again.
Poor babies.
I think after the second,
I would say so. And I know we are more suspicious. We know more, like, now and all of that. But let's look at the statistics.
Is the doctor really going to, oh, this poor lady?
Right. Like, statistically speaking, you guys, how is somebody...
You could get bit by a shark, hit by lightning, and win the lottery.
Yes.
At the same time, 3 of your children die of quote-unquote natural causes.
Of all these different random and rare.
Again, this isn't like 1800s.
No, that's what I'm saying.
This is...
I bet you there were a lot of people that got away with murdering their children in, the earlier days.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's so easy to just attribute it to disease, right? Yeah, absolutely. But This is the 70s.
Yeah, this is like...
How are we not
This
connecting
is like Nixon era. Like,
Yeah.
This is not that long ago.
And Marybeth just told the doctors what I think is going on is, remember, she was a medical assistant in this hospital. I think she's one of ours and she would never do this. She cares for other people. Yeah. But Marybeth told the doctors that she found him lifeless in his crib. He's only 3 weeks old. Doctors found nothing medically wrong, so his death was attributed to SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome.
If there's...
I'm sorry to tell you that there's more.
I know, I'm sure. But I realized that was 55 years ago. But...
Oh, did that hurt you to say?
It did, thank you, because I was almost born then. I was right around the corner.
Right.
But like...
But no.
And I know they've changed things.
We weren't that dumb 55 years ago. I'm sorry. We just weren't.
I would like to think we weren't.
No.
But...
I refuse to believe that we were.
Like, again, that they've changed things with the term SIDS.
They sure have.
And
they sure have.
I just blows my mind that even 55 years ago, they're like, no, kid died. We don't know. Kids die sometimes.
Oh, right. It just happens. But the 3 others before her also, or before this,
like,
Timmy.
She also had 2 siblings that died pretty suddenly. Weird.
3. No, 3, because this is Timothy. Timothy's her 4th.
I forgot about the baby.
Yeah. Jennifer. Baby Jennifer.
Baby Jennifer didn't have a chance.
No. It started with Jennifer, then it went to... What was I've already... See, there's just Joseph Jr., then Barbara.
Barbara.
And now little Timmy. Tiny Tim. He was born on Thanksgiving. It just reminded me of,
Sure.
Anyway. Now let's talk about Nathan.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I know. 2 years later, March 30th, 1975. Easter Sunday. By the way, anyone else noticing? Like, she had a child right after Christmas. Jennifer was born the day after Christmas. Like, then we have our Thanksgiving Day baby. Now we have Easter Sunday. What is happening with this woman and holidays? She gives birth to her next child, Nathan. Okay?
Where's
Easter
her
Sunday.
husband?
Working his ass off at GE. Where his father-in-law croaked.
Fun note, my dad worked for GE for 38 years.
I know that. I thought that you would like
Different
that.
plant.
Yes, but, this is in Pennsylvania.
That was New York.
Oh, that's right. It is. I think they do end up in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Maybe that's the next case.
Anyway.
I was pre-reading the research today
Okay.
that I did, and I think it might be the next case we're doing that's in Pennsylvania. I can't remember. But no, you're 100% right. This is in New York. It's in, what did I say, Schenectady? Yeah.
Schenectady. I think it was a similar plant, though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
They did train engines. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. So here we go. Easter Sunday, she gives birth to Nathan in 1975. On September 2nd, she shows up at St. Clair's Hospital this time.
Oh, don't want to.
Can't keep going. Can't go with the 5th child to Ellis Hospital. Right. She goes to St. Clair's Hospital with baby Nathan dead in her arms. She said she was driving in her car with the baby in the front seat when she noticed that he had stopped breathing. Again, there seemed to be no explanation for his death, so Nathan is also attributed to SIDS. Come on, people.
This woman's the Grim Reaper and kids just die around her?
Yes. Like what?
She's actual death.
Come on.
She's one of the 4 horsemen. She is death.
She is. So that is 1975. By the way, her husband, what is happening?
Right? Like, he's like, dude,
husband?
Every time I go to work, I want to let kids die.
Yes. I just can't.
At some point, when does he start to be like, maybe I shouldn't leave you alone with these kids?
And also his grief. Like, at this point, I think he must be so swallowed with grief. And who wants to keep getting pregnant? Like, buddy, stop climbing on top of her.
Well, and so Nathan was born in 75.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have been 34.
She was born in 42.
So 33.
Okay. That was quick math. I'm so impressed.
In the 70s, that's
Yeah.
getting old.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
geriatric birth. I mean, they didn't call it, I don't think they called it that then, but even now, that's like.
No.
That's
now you're pushing it into geriatric. Yeah, absolutely. But
am I wrong? Is that not?
No, you're not at all.
I
wouldn't.
have children in that era.
Absolutely not. You're not wrong. I think it's just, I mean, maybe it's Joseph. Maybe her husband's like, one of these has to make it.
Right.
I mean, statistically speaking.
Or when does, as a man, when does he start thinking, is like,
maybe, yeah.
Is it my genes that are broken?
Right. Like what?
Like,
yes. Medical issues. Now 2 babies with SIDS.
do they go back to checking family
Also,
history?
Do they not know any other people who have children and are just like, damn, they're lucky. All their kids lived.
Get some advice from somebody, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, hey, my 3rd kid died. Got any tips?
On how to keep babies alive? Maybe not leave them alone with your wife?
It's not that hard.
I know. It's just so sad.
We've seen some pretty dumb people raise kids.
I truly...
and at least keep them alive.
That's for sure. Not saying they always keep them legally in their possession, but they do keep them alive. The thing is, Jay, is that I'm wondering if he truly is so numb from all of his grief.
I'm sure.
Because
at this point, he's just going to work and just...
Yes.
Waiting.
I think so.
Honestly, he's got to be like, I just assume I'm going to go home and find a dead kid.
Right. In 1978, they decide to adopt a child. Oh. Maybe by now Joseph is like, I think it might be, we've got some fucked up genes.
Maybe it's us.
Might be us. Let's adopt a child. But that same year, Marybeth becomes pregnant again. Now, they didn't cancel the adoption, and they choose to keep both children. So in August 1978, they receive a baby boy, Michael, from the adoption agency, which I know. Who's the social worker that's like, 5 children have died in their care. Let's give them someone else's.
Like, you know what? This seems like a good place for us to put a kid.
Sure. If that doesn't show you how desperate we are for adoptive and foster homes people, I don't know what will.
They still had orphanages in the 70s.
Yeah, I know.
They just had houses full of homeless children.
They did.
Like, here, take one of these.
Here you go. I mean, hopefully you keep this one alive.
Basically like pound puppies in the 70s.
That's true.
Just take one.
Oh, you're so right. Also pound puppies. So cute.
Right.
2 months later, October 29th, she gives birth to her next child, Mary Frances. This is her 5th child now that she's given birth to, but the 7th that they have because they received Michael in August, okay?
6th. So
this is her 6th child that she birthed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep, but technically it's their 7th child in their care because they received Michael. So Mary Frances is born in October 29th. In January 1979.
I was going to say, what's the over-under on this kid?
Yeah. October to January. She rushes Mary Frances to the emergency room directly across the street from her apartment, saying baby had had a seizure. The staff were able to revive her. This is late January. However, on February 20th, she comes running back into the same hospital with Mary Frances again, who is now brain dead. Once again, she says, I don't know. I found her unconscious and I don't know what happened to her death. Her death was also attributed to SIDS.
Did they not check for shaken baby back then?
Was
that a thing?
No. It was not. A lot of shaken baby in this era and through the 80s was mistakenly diagnosed as sudden infant death syndrome.
Well, here we go. Mm-hmm. I guess we're done.
So,
what else you want to talk about?
Yeah, right. Well, unfortunately, I have to keep talking to you about how Marybeth Tinning keeps murdering babies.
It's almost like she's addicted to killing babies.
Yes, she
like,
is.
This is
the
like
Grim Reaper.
This is clearly. It's not like this is a pattern.
She's the nursery Grim
Reaper.
Reaper.
What are you gonna do today? I think I'm gonna have a baby, and probably in a few weeks I'll kill it.
But also, I mean, listen. I know a lot of mammals that eat their young. This is the human version of the rabbit that eats her young.
But there's no reason. Like, obviously we get to the end of the story. Spoiler alert. These kids didn't die from SIDS.
How'd you know? You've never even heard this case.
So, like, there's no reason. Like, we can't just say, oh, she's mentally ill. She just likes killing her kids. Like, this doesn't, like it really doesn't make any sense. Like, if it was one, like, if they came up with some explanation.
Experts believe that the death of her father just, as you would say, absolutely made the cheese fall off the cracker.
Mean, my mom died. I drank a lot of bourbon for a year.
Sure. I remember that. I remember. I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
no, I know.
like, it wasn't like
I know.
I didn't go full Dahmer. Like,
the other thing is, well, I mean, we know that we're going to outlive
she didn't
our
like
parents.
her dad.
That's just it.
Like, is that? I mean,
I think she liked her dad when it was convenient to use it as a defense or not, right? Like, I think the reason that on the stand she minimizes the abuse from her father, different from the first police interview, is because she doesn't want them to be able to say she went crazy after he died.
In this weird, quirky, personality lacking woman.
This non-entity.
The non-entity. She just walks in. She's probably really calm. She's like, I got another one.
Right. She's apparently just an empty vessel that's just shooting babies.
It's like she's like walking up to the front desk at the ER like she's returning a broken stereo.
Right.
She's like, can you take this one? Doesn't work.
Yep. Unfortunately. So here we are with Mary Frances in 1978. Once she was buried, I shit you not, Joseph climbs on top of her and spreads his seed once again and impregnates her. At this point in time, how are you even still attracted to this woman?
Right. Like, there's got to be some
mammals, man.
Trauma and damage on his end. Where,
6 kids.
Like, sorry, baby, this ain't gonna
children.
Work.
We have lost 6 children in your care. They're all SIDS.
I understand. I mean, we didn't get into what their religious background was or anything else, but even in the 70s, divorce wasn't as frequent, normal back then. But, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, maybe move on.
Right.
Try something different.
November 19th, she gives, so this is 1979, she gives birth to her 7th child, Jonathan.
What about Oliver?
We're still Oliver.
I meant Michael.
Nathan.
Oliver Twist.
Oh, Michael. Yes.
Okay.
Right. Michael. But don't forget, they adopted Michael.
Yeah, but
Michael is still alive.
All right. He's still kicking.
Michael is still alive.
He's doing great.
Okay. It's just so far, just the children that they have birthed hath not made it.
It's just
okay.
So bizarre.
So here's Jonathan. He's born November 19th, 1978. 1979, the same year that they buried Mary Frances. In March, so he's born March 1980, she shows up at St. Clair's Hospital with Jonathan unconscious. Like Mary Frances, he was successfully revived. Now, due to the family's history, their tragic SIDS history, Jonathan was sent to Boston Hospital where he was thoroughly examined. The doctors could find no valid medical reason why the baby simply stopped breathing. Jonathan was sent home. A few days later, she returned to the hospital with Jonathan, and he was brain dead. He died on March 28th, 1980, born in November 19th, 1979. So we're back down to Michael. Poor Michael. It's just like these babies keep coming home. They live a couple months, then they don't come home again. Who's adopted me? Less than 1 year later, on the morning, because that was March 24th, 1980, that Jonathan died. Less than a year later, the morning of March 2nd, 1981, Marybeth showed up at her pediatrician's office with Michael. This is the adopted child. He's now 2.5 years old. He was wrapped in a blanket and unconscious. She told the doctor that she couldn't wake Michael and had no idea what was wrong. When the doctor examined him, he was already gone. Since Michael was adopted, the long suspected theory that the deaths in the Tinning family had a genetic origin was discarded. This be where she fucked up.
Can't kill the adopted kid.
Nope. Can't blame it on genetics.
The other 6 weren't weird.
Seriously, like statistically speaking, how many families do we have that are just losing children left
this
and right?
Isn't 1905.
No. So here we are. That was 1981. August 22nd, 1985. So we go a good bit of time. We give those loins a rest.
So she
was born in 42.
Okay, so now she's 43.
Okay. She gives birth.
Why?
To her 8th child.
Why?
Tami Lynne. Because humans. That's why. Because fucking humans.
She obviously doesn't like kids.
Joseph, why? Why are you still giving her your erection selection?
Like I said, she clearly doesn't like children.
No, obviously not. I agree with you. I think that there's some religious entity here of I can't use birth control, and so I'm just gonna I'm gonna take it in my own hands. But so that's August 22nd, 1985.
Joseph should have taken it in his own hands.
Yes, he should have.
Jesus Christ.
That got me. That one took me down.
They had Playboys in the 80s.
They sure did. Buddy, you got 2 hands.
Oh my God.
Yep. There's men out there.
Get her a hobby.
Yeah.
She doesn't need children. Buy a fucking dog.
And think about it. There's men out there who have affairs and then kill their wives to cover up their affairs. Like, Joseph, that would have been, in my opinion, a better option than fucking continuing to let her murder your babies.
Like, I'm pretty sure she killed 6 or 7 of my kids.
Not that I'm saying, by the way, if Megan was here, she would be like, Charnell,
you can't just kill people.
It's not okay. He could just divorce her. I'm just saying, after she's killed 7 of your children.
If she accidentally fell down the stairs. I'm not
that
sure.
Also happened.
I don't know that a jury would be like, oh, Joseph, what'd you do?
Oh, Joseph, that's such a tragic loss for you.
No.
Your 8 children that she's murdered have been a tragic loss for you. I do want to know what's going on with Joseph in this moment. How is he just like, damn the luck? Damn the luck. Like, how did we end up with this terrible of luck that all these...
Like, what about the rest of their family?
I know.
Like,
hey,
you want to go see your Aunt Marybeth? No, I don't. I don't want to fucking go sleep over.
because I want to come home. Right.
No,
I
all my
don't
cousins die.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure.
Like, do they have family cookouts?
I'm not
like,
sure.
Hey, Marybeth, how's it going?
How deep the genetic pool goes here. I'm not sure. Joseph can't be a dummy. He's working for GE. So I
don't think he's around a lot. I think he's working 60 hours a week, and then he comes home and he reads his newspaper.
He humps the backside and gets her pregnant, and then eats dinner and goes to bed, or maybe in a different order.
You think it's
maybe reversed
because he can't face her?
Yes, that's exactly why. Come on, who can look her in the eyes?
Wow.
That was all speculation, you guys. None of that was in the research.
It wasn't documented?
It was not.
That the last 4 kids were conceived doggy style?
Right. I'm just guessing at this point.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Also trying to divert from just the continued heinous stories here, but all right, December. So remember, Tami Lynne's born August 22nd, 1985. December 19th, 1985. Next door neighbor, Cynthia Walter, who was also a nurse practitioner, went shopping with Marybeth and later visited her home. Later that night, Cynthia received a frantic call from Marybeth. When she arrived at her house, she found Tami Lynne laying on a changing table. Cynthia Walter later testifies that the child was not moving. She couldn't feel any pulse. She wasn't breathing. At the emergency room, she is pronounced dead.
Why'd she call Cindy?
She had been with her that day, and Cindy was a nurse practitioner.
Hey, call
she was
911.
I know, but she's the neighbor, so she could get there faster. Right. Yeah. The causes of the children's death were listed diversely between natural, undetermined, which is the SIDS ones, or sudden infant death, natural or undetermined in the cases where she was reporting that they were having seizures and they couldn't find, any of them. Now, here's the thing. After Tami Lynne,
brain scans back then.
Well, I don't know that they knew what they were looking for on them. I'm not sure. But Tami Lynne's death, this one shakes. And now now we've decided that 8 is enough. Okay. So, and technically it's 9 because Michael is now gone too, but this is her 8th biological child.
Are you even old enough to know that was a TV show?
I did. Okay. Yes, I did it on purpose.
Fucking with me.
No, I know that is a show.
But yes, 8 was enough.
8 was enough. And they decide to do autopsies. This is what I haven't told you guys thus far. The causes of death were based on a doctor examining the child and making inferences based on what the mother had said. Autopsies hadn't taken place, but they do now. They take the children and they give them autopsy after Tami Lynne's.
Was that a time in the 70s they just didn't do autopsies for unexplained infant deaths?
No, it was not required like it is today. Okay. Yeah, it's a law today, guys. Yeah. Now, the autopsies didn't reveal any signs of abuse. And there were suspicions and community whispers of foul play, of course, because not everyone's a moron that's going on around here, okay? But prior to Tami Lynne's passing, there had been no suspicion found in the sequence of death. This is a quote from Dr. Robert Sullivan. He worked as the Schenectady, stumbled over that one, county's chief medical examiner at the time. He said, there were so many of us on it, I guess, that if anyone suspected neglect, we didn't speak up. And if anyone is negligent, I suppose I am, I probably should have said there must be more to this, but we all think and don't do. I mean, this Dr. Robert Sullivan is literally saying we should have done more at the time. We should have done the autopsies at the time, and we didn't. A police investigation starts after Tami Lynne's death. And part of it is because now we have 8 of her biological, but 1 non-biological, right? And Marybeth kept denying that she had killed her children. But after several hours of questioning, she does confess to Joseph, her husband, that she killed their children. Though she says she didn't kill all of them. Yes. She starts with Tami Lynne. She whispers to Joseph that she killed Tami Lynne.
Like, you just laying there in bed? I killed our baby.
It was during the investigation. No, Joe was at this point, they're investigating Joe too. And so they're both in the interrogation room and she's denying it. She denies it, but then she whispers to Joe that she killed Tami Lynne. In a 36-page statement, Marybeth would talk about how she had killed 3 of her children, 3, including Tami Lynne.
That's like asking someone, like, how many beers do you have last night? Just 3. No, bitch, you had a 6-pack.
For sure. That's always the joke with Matt. Hey, Matt, how many beers have you had? 2.
Right.
He always says 2.
It was 8.
Right. Like, I mean, yeah. And the times where he's wanting to, like, okay, yeah, I know that was more than 2. I can see your eyeballs. She then, and this is what happens, Jay, she just kind of goes back and forth. She'd continue to deny wrongdoing in the deaths of all of them, then of all the rest of them, but then she'd just admit to just 3. But she then gives these explanations. So she's really focused. They're focused on Tami Lynne because she is the most recent death at this point. So she says in her 36-page statement, quote, I was about to doze off when Tami woke up and started to cry. I got up, I went to her crib, and I tried to do something with her to get her to stop crying. I finally used the pillow from my bed, and I put it over her head. I held it until she stopped crying. Then I took the pillow, I put it on the couch to convince Joe that she had been sleeping. I screamed for Joe, and he woke up. I told Joe Tami wasn't breathing. I did do CPR, stupid as it sounds, but I knew she wasn't alive anymore. That was a statement from in her confession of a nursery serial killer. Marybeth said that she killed Tami because she was always crying and that she, Marybeth, couldn't do anything right. She said of the other children who died, I didn't do anything to Jennifer, Joseph, Barbara, Michael, Mary Frances, or Jonathan.
Bullshit.
Exactly. She says just these 3. Timothy, Nathan, and Tami. I smothered them each with a pillow because I'm not a good mother. I'm not a good mother because of the other children. So what she's saying, the children who died of SIDS, the babies who died of SIDS, she's willing to take accountability for and say she smothered them. But she's saying that she smothered them because she's not a good mom, because God had taken Jennifer, Joseph, Barbara, Michael, Mary, and Jonathan from her. Hell no. This bitch killed them all.
I've got some swampland in Florida if you want to buy it.
Right. No. All right. So, this man, Dr. Michael Baden, he wrote Confessions of a Medical Examiner, and Marybeth's case is one that he talks about in his book. And he talks about how Jennifer, which was remember Jennifer is actually the first child that died?
Yes, baby Jennifer.
Baby Jennifer from meningitis. Everyone at the time agreed that Marybeth did not hurt Jennifer. But this medical examiner said, here's the thing. She was born with a severe infection and died in the hospital. Jennifer looks to be the victim of a coat hanger attempted abortion. She had been trying to hasten her birth and only succeeded in introducing meningitis. The police theorized that she wanted to deliver the baby on Christmas Day, like Jesus. She thought her father, who died while she was pregnant, remember her father died in October 1971, and suddenly, right, would have been pleased. She made statements that her father would have been pleased if Jennifer had been born on Christmas Day like Jesus. Instead, Jennifer was born December 26th, the day after Jesus.
How disappointing.
Wow, Jesus is sad. Also, that wasn't his real birthday. That's just the fucking day that we celebrate.
I don't think that fact sunk in for Marybeth.
I don't think a lot sunk in. Her brain wasn't a sponge.
The cheese stands alone.
It does. The cheese stands alone. There were many physicians involved in this case, SIDS experts, and they all, after the autopsies, confirmed that suffocation rather than disease is what killed Tami Lynne. Now, remember, back then, SIDS was thought to be a disease, when quite frankly what it is it's just the signal from the brain stops sending the signal to the body to breathe, and the child literally just stops breathing. Okay. But she admits to smothering those children, so we know.
Can we back up a second
to
baby Jennifer?
Yes.
All
the way back, 1971.
How did he determine 25 years later that that's what happened? Or did they know that at the time? Or is this speculation?
Not 25 years later. This is during the trial. Like, once the autopsies and stuff take place. She was born with meningitis.
Right.
And so being a medical examiner, he's saying the only way that she could have been born from with meningitis is if something had been inserted to give her that infection. She was born with a serious infection.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it now.
And she was born early. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wasn't sure how they came to that conclusion.
Well, and then they're piecing together all of the things.
Why didn't they know that then?
Why didn't they know that then? I think it's because
meningitis wasn't new in the 70s.
I think it was because of the way that hindsight is 2020, and coupled with her statements about how she wanted Jennifer to be born on Christmas Day, they're linking the evidence.
Is that
because her father? I don't know.
Legally speaking, Megan's not here.
What I was reading from his book is that her during the autopsy, her testing positive for meningitis and then showing signs of coat hanger. I don't know if that means. So
they went back and did an autopsy.
They did.
Oh.
They did. Yes. Yep. So again, things that were missed. I think we can agree that through the span of this, 12 years that she gets away. Yeah, I did the math wrong in my head
last time. This is like 86.
Yeah.
85, 86.
Yeah, we get to, let's see, let me scroll back because I would like to know. Tami Lynne died in 1985. Yep. So the trial is in 1986.
Okay.
She started having her very, very first born.
So 15 years.
Yeah, was, let's see, 1971.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry. Barbara was the firstborn, 1967. So from 1967 to 1984, she's having kids and murdering them. Yeah.
Oh, I thought Jennifer was firstborn. Sorry.
Jennifer was the first one to die.
Okay.
Barbara was the firstborn.
Right.
Jennifer was the third child.
Okay.
She had 2-year-old Joseph Jr.
Yep,
She had 5-year-old Barbara and baby Jennifer. Yep. But Jennifer is the first baby after Dad died in 1971.
And say again, who did she admit to killing?
She admits to Tami Lynne's.
The last one.
Yep, the last one. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling back in my notes here because there's so many names. I don't want to get this wrong. Timothy, Nathan, and Tami Lynne. Those are the only ones that she admits to doing anything. And so Nathan was born Easter Sunday, 1975. Yeah. Yep.
So that wasn't a good day? Like,
right? I mean,
figured she'd be happy about that.
You would think. But does that make you wonder? Did she do something to make herself go into labor on
Probably.
Easter as well?
And then that could have caused...
She also had a baby on... She also had Timothy on... I think it was Timothy. Let me look back. Which one did she have on Thanksgiving Day? She had Timothy on Thanksgiving Day.
So perhaps her trying to somehow force childbirth may have caused medical issues, but then she also said she killed Timothy.
Oh yeah, she admitted to killing Timothy, Nathan,
I'm
and
really
Tami
anxious to hear the outcome of if the jury bought that bullshit.
No.
Like,
no. So her murder trial begins in June 22nd, 1987. Dr. Bradley Ford, Tami Lynne's pediatrician, testified on behalf of the prosecution, saying that Marybeth had dismissed his suggestion that due to her previous children's death, she should install a specialized alarm device enabling the monitoring of baby's breathing and heart rate in the crib.
She should have had a hysterectomy after the first two.
Well, yeah. 2 additional prosecution witnesses, Dr. Marie Valdez from Miami, Florida, president of the SIDS Foundation, by the way, and Dr. Thomas Orm, the medical examiner who performed Tami Lynne's autopsy, said they diagnosed that Tami Lynne was smothered to death with a soft object. After the 6-week trial, the jury deliberated for 23 hours across 3 days.
That seems like too long to me.
Right? Was there someone there that felt like they were getting paid really well and just kept being
they just didn't want to go back to work?
Right.
They want to be sequestered?
Didn't want to go home to their wife?
No.
I don't know.
Can we stay another day?
Right.
Like, when someone's like, I killed these 3, but not the other 5.
But not right, exactly.
I wouldn't do that.
Right. The other 6.
This is a don't piss on my feet and tell me it's raining scenario. Like,
well, the good news is it does lead to the conviction of Marybeth Tinning. She was 44 on 1 count of second-degree murder. 1 count. During their deliberations, jurors called for a read back of the portion of Joseph Tinning's testimony recounting his wife's alleged confession to state police. In his testimony, Joseph said that he had a 5-minute conversation with Marybeth Tinning after the police questioning, and she told him, "I killed Tami." She was acquitted by the 7-man, 5-woman jury on the count of deliberately causing the infant's death, but was convicted of murder by depraved indifference to human life that they charged her with. That's what they got her on. She didn't get she was freed of the deliberately causing an infant's death, but was not freed of the depraved indifference to human life. So basically, you don't give a shit about any of these babies. So here you go.
So we can all believe and assume and conclude that she killed all of these children.
Yes.
But there's actually
absolutely.
there's no
legal ramification.
There's no legal
there's
evidence
no justice
to support it
for any of those others except Tami Lynne because her husband's testimony of, hey, after the police questioning, she told me she killed her.
This is why I don't believe in coincidences at all.
No. Well, remember, she wrote that 36-page confession where she only confessed to 3.
So she confessed.
Those 3.
To killing 3 children.
But not to the other.
Okay, but she only got charged with 1.
Well, she was only found guilty. The conviction was of 1 count of second-degree murder.
New York sucks.
Yeah, this was bad. Tinning placed her hands over her eyes and sobbed quietly as the verdict was announced. Joseph later said, I still think she's innocent.
Oh. Okay.
Joseph! That tells me everything that we need to know about Joe.
Yeah.
She admitted, man. Judge Clifford Harrigan immediately vacated her $100,000 bail, mandating that she be held in the Schenectady County Jail. It is pending her sentencing trial. She said, the judge said, this woman knew the consequences of all her acts. She is a wicked woman. Marybeth's defense attorney, Paul Callaghan, requested the minimum of 15 years. 9 babies are dead. The minimum.
That's a serial killer.
Yep. Of 15 years. So, Judge Clifford asked Marybeth if she had anything to say, and she read from a statement, and this is what it said, quote, I want you and the people of this courtroom to know that I'm very sorry that Tami Lynne is dead. There is not a day that goes by that I don't think of her. I miss her very much. Lies. I just want you to know that I played no part in the death of my daughter, Tami Lynne. I will try to hold my head high and accept the punishment that society and the court requires for the crime I was convicted of. I did not commit this crime, but will serve the time in prison for the best of my ability. However, I will never stop fighting to prove my innocence. The Lord above, and I know I am innocent. One day the whole world will know that I am innocent, and maybe then I can have my life back once again, or what's left of it, end quote. Yes, that was her statement. Yes, she wrote a 36-page explanation saying that she was responsible for the death of at least 3 of her 9 children, by the by. But yes, that was her statement. And no, it doesn't make any fucking sense. End scene.
Like, there's people kill people and don't confess and get life with about the same amount of evidence. And she's just like, yeah, I fucking did that. Yeah. I did it. Yeah, 3 fucking times.
Her husband testified. He admitted, which is then what
shame
led
on
to
you,
this
Joseph.
Page. Now we understand why Joseph kept rolling back on top of her.
I got to see a picture of this broad.
Look him up. She received 20 years to life, 5 years shorter than the maximum penalty for this crime. She was imprisoned at the Bedford Hills Correctional Facility for Women. After her conviction, what would you like to say? I don't know why I sounded Canadian.
I looked up pictures of Marybeth Tinning.
Okay.
And it, unfortunately, the first one that comes up is she's 83 years old.
Oh.
So I'm like, I was like, Joseph, why?
Well,
I don't know what she looked like in the 70s.
It's been a rough life after that. Now, after her conviction, she appealed on the grounds that her confession was not voluntarily given, Jason, and that her conviction was not supported by sufficient evidence. In 1988, her appeal was denied by the New York State Supreme Court's Appellate Division. Marybeth's first attempt for parole was in March 2007. At the parole board meeting, she said, I have to be honest, and the only thing that I can tell you is that I know that my daughter is dead. I live with it every day. I have no recollection, and I can't believe that I harmed her. I can't say any more than that. Her parole was denied. She went with the old, I don't remember what happened gig.
So when did she get out? Or did she?
We're getting to it. In late January 2009, she went before the parole board for the second time. She stated this time, quote, I was going through bad times. Now remember, the first 2007, she couldn't remember. She knows her daughter's dead, but she couldn't remember. And also all 8 of the rest of them are too. But She just says, I was going through bad times when she killed her daughter. The parole board again denied her parole, stating that her remorse was superficial at best. You think? So she's eligible for parole again in January 2011. At this hearing, she says, quote, after the deaths of my other children, I just lost it. I became a damaged, worthless piece of a person. And when my daughter was young, in my state of mind at the time, I just believed that she was also going to die. So I just did it. End quote. So again, in 2011, she's denied due to her lack of remorse. Yeah.
So somebody's doing something right at some point at least.
Yes.
Like the parole board's like,
Yep. Now, this is interesting. She was actually in the 2011 parole board hearing. She was supported by people from Georgetown University Law Center that she worked with in the prison because they described her as, quote, the most loving, most generous, caring person that they had ever met, end quote. You want to know why? Because you're not an infant.
right.
Try being a helpless pile of flesh that relies on her.
If you saw people, if you're just look up the pictures. Like as one of our attorney friends once said to me, that guy doesn't pass the sniff test. Like you take one look at her, like, yeah, she definitely killed all those kids.
Right. Now she goes back for the parole board, in front of the parole board in 2013. During this appearance, this is what she says, Jason, quote, it's just, I can't remember. I mean,
convenient.
I know I did it, but I can't tell you why. There is no reason. The parole board stated this was an innocent, vulnerable victim who was entrusted in your care as her mother, and you viciously violated that trust, causing a senseless loss of this young life. The board then said discretionary release would so deprecate the severity of the crime as to undermine respect for the law, as you placed your own interests above those of society's youth. So they denied her parole in 2013 as well. And are you listening to these statements? One time she's saying she didn't do it, she can't remember.
Like, and there's no
reason.
There's never a mention of like any kind of, not defense, but mental health issue.
No, the one
was plea.
I was going through a rough time.
Right. Like,
I killed 9 kids because I was going through a hard time.
Like there's nothing horrible enough for this woman.
No. Her next opportunity.
You kill one baby, you should get the death penalty, in my opinion. We can argue about it all day. But life imprisonment's not enough.
No.
9 times.
9. All of the children. You realize there's not a single living child that was in that household. Not one survived.
That's absolute horror.
Yes, it is. February 2015, she is in front of the parole board again, and they deny it again, finding that she continued to demonstrate no understanding nor any remorse for taking her child's life. She was denied parole for the 6th time in January 2017, and they ordered her to not return in 18 months rather than her previous standard 24 months. Excuse me, they ordered her to return in 18 months rather than her previous standard of 24 months because it was every 2 years.
Why would they do that?
Well, she's 76 at this point in time. They release her.
Because she can't have kids now.
Yeah.
It's not like she can repeat offend on that.
So they were like, listen, in 2015, they're like, we're going to deny you again, but come back in 18 months instead of 24.
Like, is that the mythology? Like, oh, she's too old to keep around. She can't have any more kids, so she won't kill any more children.
Prisons are getting full. So
I can't believe she survived prison that long.
Well, I mean, she must be remember, she was the nicest person that the law center people had ever met.
Like, don't women's prisons not like people who murder babies?
One would think that is the one place that you can't go and survive if you murdered babies, but I don't know. Apparently, she was a delight as long as you weren't an infant or a child under the age of 5. So Marybeth Tinning, 76, was released on parole August 21st, 2018. She served more than 31 years of her 20 years to life sentence before being granted parole. Her husband, Joseph, who supported her throughout her imprisonment, was present for the release. As part of her release, Marybeth was to remain under parole supervision for the rest of her life. The Department of Corrections spokesperson stated that Marybeth still lives in Schenectady County in upstate New York. She has a curfew and must attend domestic violence counseling.
Oh, that'll help. She's 83. What's her fucking curfew? 5? Like, and it's Schenectady.
Schenectady.
Where the fuck is she going to go?
Schenectady.
They might have a bowling alley there.
When you write it out phonetically, it looks like Schenectady.
Like, this is the dumbest
Yep.
shit.
Yep. So she's just going to be, well, I think they're like, well, yeah, we'll keep her on parole for the rest of her life because she's 76 when we released her.
And again, that parole officer, how serious do you think he takes that case? I've got this 80-year-old lady I need to check on.
I'm with you. I agree.
Like what are the check-ins like that for? You don't have any kids here, do you?
For sure. But also
stay the fuck away from the parks.
How
and the schools
how
and
well
Chuck
are
E.
you
Cheese.
checking that? Right, exactly. You haven't become pregnant again. Joseph, you still rolling on top of her, bro?
Ugh.
So some experts believe this case to be an extreme early example of Munchausen's by proxy. The condition was first identified in the 1970s, and it involves a caregiver fabricating health problems of the person that they're caring for with the intent to gain sympathy and attention. I disagree.
There's no intent to gain sympathy or attention.
No,
she's
a murderer.
killing children.
She's a serial killer
like
because
that's not even close.
Yep.
She just gets something, or
Nope.
something ain't, the wires aren't wired right, and she's like, I have to kill this kid.
Well, as she explained with Tami Lynne's, when she was willing to admit the times,
Right.
She vacillated
Right.
back and forth. But when she was willing to talk about it, she
crying, so I
said
put a pillow
she
over
was
her face.
crying. Exactly.
Like, that's not Munchausen's. That's fucking
no.
murder.
Right. Yes, she was a murderer.
And I will put money on it that at least a couple of those kids had brain injuries from shaken baby and were killed that way.
I agree.
Because that would medically, in my opinion, might not expert medical opinion, but in my experience, in my opinion, could come off in the 70s as a neurological or had seizures and their brain stopped working. Yeah, the brain stopped working because she kept smashing it back and forth against the fucking skull like a mariachi band.
Right. No, I'm with you.
Sorry.
I don't think, no, I know. Hey, kid cases get us fired up, man. They know, the audience knows this. But Munchausen's by proxy, to me, this just doesn't fit because she keeps murdering them.
Right, like my understanding, that's for attention.
It
and
is.
Like to get something in attention to drag out an ongoing thing.
Exactly. You make your child or yourself, if you're Munchausen's.
I need to keep going. I need to get medical attention. I have to keep getting medical attention.
Yes.
And it'd be it may eventually result in a death. But,
yes.
But not like bang, bang, bang. But like there's more, like it's a drawn out.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes, exactly. No, she was just a fucking serial killer.
Oh, yeah.
Of her children.
She just killed babies.
Because
she killed her own babies.
They inconvenienced her. Wouldn't stop crying. Hard to take care of.
Has there ever been a person that killed 9 of their own children?
I'm sure. I mean, we've covered some where they've done it all at once. Of course,
right, yeah.
But over a span, something like this, she would never get away with it 9 times today.
No.
Like the fact that she did,
After the first one, they'd be like, oh, we need to keep an eye on her.
Right.
Then after the second one, be like, you need to stop having fucking kids.
Yeah, like this is a...
Like she would be locked up after the second or third one.
I really think by the third one, her children would be removed.
Oh, like
right from
the minute she had a third child, they'd be like, you can't keep this.
Yeah.
We're coming to get it.
Unless they were, well, first of all, they would immediately do autopsies. So they would have been able to show it wasn't it wasn't a heart attack. It wasn't whatever else.
Random meningitis.
Yeah. So that's what would put a stop to it, in today's world. But
she just climbed to the top of my list.
I know.
Like,
I know.
Holy shit.
Marybeth Tinning. Yep. It's pretty bad.
That's one of the most absurd things I've heard.
Can I give you then a brain bath?
Yes, please.
Okay. This is going to come to us from, I didn't even mean to segue, and I did. That was great. This is coming to us from a Patreon who sent us during one of our bonus episodes of the, did we already do this one? Sexual positions men hate?
No, I don't think we did.
Okay.
This is for Joseph.
This is for Joseph. This is so fitting. Sexual
Joe.
Sexual Positions Men Hate. It's a book by A.K. Spencer. Let me read it to you. To all of the people who have ever wondered which sexual positions men hate, may this book serve to enlighten you.
How many pages is it?
It is 99.
99 pages.
Not a goddamn thing is written in the whole book. Nada, guys. Nada. Nothing. That is, in a nutshell. Oh, there's different chapters. Chapter 1, blank. Yep. Let me tell you how many chapters.
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong. There's 9 chapters.
Again, there's a saying, sex is like pizza.
Yeah.
It's not all of it's great, but at least you're getting it.
Right, exactly. Have you ever had bad pizza?
Like when your husband asked me what kind of beer he should buy, I'm like, well, my 2 favorite ones are cold and free.
Right,
Like,
exactly. He's just like, okay,
I don't care.
I can do that. So yeah, this
funny.
serves as this is why. This answers the question of why did Joseph continue
I gotta see
to
what
impregnate
Joseph
this
looked
woman.
like. She's not. Joseph loved her, I guess.
Joseph
But
had to
he was a lonely motherfucker.
He was.
Like he was. I mean, I'm not gonna start getting mean, but he was lonely. She was probably the
we
first.
can get mean. You want to know why? He supported her through her whole
But
incarnation.
then I'll say stuff that might offend other people, and this is a Gen Pop.
That's true.
But like she was probably the first person that ever touched his pee-pee.
Possibly.
And she was
or
not,
the first one to put in her mouth.
It's not like she definitely.
I guess she couldn't have been doing that
But
too much
no,
if she kept getting pregnant.
But from the
we know where he wasn't putting it.
Like from the looks of her, she probably let him do weird shit to her.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't, again, not to be too much of an asshole, but she wasn't a looker.
Well, no, she
like
didn't.
She wasn't like this gorgeous woman. Like he's like, I can't do any better than Marybeth.
Yeah.
You can.
You can,
Joe. You could have.
I do feel like I'm not.
Like was she a hell of a cook?
What did she have going for her? She wasn't a good mom.
It wasn't her personality.
No.
She was a non-entity.
She was a non-entity. She was a terrible mother.
Like she was. She was the worst mom ever.
She had to have been a good cook or a good baker. Maybe he liked himself some cake.
Again, maybe like I said, maybe she let him do weird shit.
Yeah.
In bed.
These are the only explanations.
That's it. Like,
because
dinner was ready when he got home from GE, and she let him put it places.
Yes.
Multiple places.
I don't know that it was multiple places. I think it might have just been one place. That's how they kept having babies. Just
well,
the one place.
They only had 8 kids.
9. Well, they adopted one. That's right. By the way, bad on you, social workers.
He was probably like, can I just put it in the back door so we don't have any fucking kids, please?
Seriously. That's the case.
So bad.
Thank you for
Who suggested we redo this? Thanks for putting me through that.
They specifically wanted your
I hope you're happy.
Your
I hope you listen to this. You're like,
I am
Jason,
so sorry. I forgot to write down their name.
Oh,
I didn't document their name.
You
I
get no credit.
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead, at me. You suck.
They wanted your professional opinion, and I think they got more than that.
You're going to get more, but my professional opinion is there's throw Munchausen's out the window. That's not even.
I know. I agree with you completely.
It's not even close.
No,
and
it's
the
just
fact that she only got
serial
charged
murdering
with second-degree murder of 1 of 9 children is mind-boggling. Like I don't know anything about Schenectady County, but it sucks.
It hurts. Yep, I'm with you. I am with you.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. Well, even after that rant, we do hope that you keep it curious.
Yeah, and keep listening.
Until next time.
Yay, we did it right.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, used to chase the tears in a different kind of grind, helping little ones leaving our old selves behind. Charnell, Jason, Megan, a trio strong and true, but the system wore us out, needed something fresh and new. So we flipped the script, found the mic and the beat. From deep investigations to stories bittersweet. Prosecutor, the judge, that's Megan on the mic. Charnell digs the dirt, makes sure the facts are right. Crime curious, yeah, that's the name we claim. Shaking our grief, fanning the curious flame. From global listeners to the brain bag we Keep listening with nowhere to hide. Jason's got the wisdom and the jokes to make us smile. Keeps the energy flowing for every single mile. We dive into the dark where the mysteries reside, unraveling the truth with nowhere left to hide. Laws and evidence, Megan lays it down with grace, while Charnell's deep research sets the compelling pace. Crime curious, yeah, that's the name we claim. Shaking our Greek, fanning the curious flame. From global listeners to the brain back we provide. Keep it curious, keep listening with nowhere to hide. About the raccoon, some secrets we just keep, but every week we're digging secrets buried deep. For every mind that wonders, for every soul that seeks, we're here to break it down in our Crime Curious Speaks. Crime Curious, yeah, that's the name we claim. Shaking our Greek, fanning the curious flame. From global listeners to the brain bath